This video will explore Christian and Muslim perspectives on the refugee crisis. Pope Francis has made several notable statements about refugees. However, as Francis said in his sermon on Maundy Thursday of 2016, gestures speak louder than words. So we look first to the actions he has taken. In March 2016, Pope Francis conducted the traditional Maundy Thursday service from a centre for refugees just outside Rome. There he washed the feet of Christians, Muslims, Hindus, men and women. This was a powerful symbol of unity and equality. He called for brothers and sisters of all cultures and faiths to live together in peace. In April 2016, Pope Francis visited the Greek island of Lesbos, showing solidarity with the Syrian refugees there, and took 12 Syrian refugees, 6 adults and 6 children, back to the Vatican with him. Francis acknowledged that this was a drop in the ocean of the problem, but he believes that this can make a positive change. In the Pope's view, welcoming refugees is a Christian duty. Pope Francis teaches that countries must not close their borders to refugees, just as people should not close their hearts to them. The Pope stresses the humanity of the people who are displaced, saying, "Above all, the current crisis should not be reduced to a simple matter of numbers. Migrants are persons, with their own names, stories, and families." Pope Francis is sending a strong message through the Catholic Church of support for refugees, for treating all displaced people as individual human beings. Other Christian denominations likewise send messages of Christian teachings to love your neighbor, welcome the stranger, and challenge injustice. These are some of the firm foundations of Christian ethical teachings. The Uniting Church, for example, supports the #LetThemStay campaign, and in Western Australia has offered sanctuary to refugees who are at risk of being moved back to Nauru. The Anglican Church has also offered sanctuary to asylum seekers. A notable example of this was when St. John's Cathedral in Brisbane was opened up to attempt to protect asylum seekers in 2016. Sanctuary in a church is a concept from the Middle Ages, from when the church authorities could protect people from civic authorities. This concept has not been tested in Australian law, but Immigration Minister Peter Dutton warned that the church is not above the law. He noted that churches feel very strongly about refugees, as they provide a lot of assistance to them. In Islam, asylum is the right of someone who is seeking protection. As the quote from the Quran on the right of your screen shows, this does not just apply to Muslims, but to everyone. Islam is inclusive of other faiths and cultures in its understanding of the duty to protect refugees. The Prophet Muhammad himself sought protection in another place, fleeing persecution in Mecca for the refuge of Medina. Islamic law pays special attention to the suffering of those forced to leave their homes. Refuge offered to non-Muslims is called aman, or safeguard, in Islamic law. This is to be upheld even if the person seeking refuge is in conflict against Muslims. Islamic law recognizes the human rights of refugees and entitles them to humane treatment. The rights of the migrant are the same as those of their host. Those who are responsible for forced migration, for making people leave their homes, are condemned in the Quran, which states, "Shed not the blood of your people, nor turn out your own people from their dwellings." In particular, the Quran stresses the importance of caring for women and children, who are perceived to be more vulnerable.